What is up, my brothers and sisters? So there's a conspiracy theory going around that, the Katy Perry and all those other young ladies of the Blue Origin mission didn't really go into space with this phallic-looking object, and it's it's phallic-looking. The only thing that's missing is two round boosters at the bottom, but instead I guess they just used the shaft of the ship. How it even had enough fuel in that little thing to even get to space, I have no idea, because when they show rocket launches, these things got tons of fuel. Just the fuel alone to get a rocket into space is one of the gas tanks is probably a lot bigger than just the size of this little rocket ship. It's like they launched a bottle rocket into the sky, right? they launched a bottle rocket into the, you ever seen those movies where the old fashioned movies where it's the dude's towering over the town, right? And it's dun, 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 right? And he's stomping on it, right? And you can just tell it's just a model, right? And they have these cameras super close, or the old fashioned movies where it's I don't know, Greek mythology, right? And you got the giant, and then the water's rushing in, and you can tell it's just a model. And they just zoomed in really close, so it looks like the buildings are real. And then they just poured a cup of water on the models, and so it looked like a tsunami was coming, right? But it was just a model. So it's kind of what this is like. I guess they just shot a bottle rocket into the sky, and they just zoomed in, right? And with this phallic looking object. So people were whoa, that was kind of hard landing too. So people were noticing that upon their landing, right, Jeff Bezos goes to open the door, and he's like, "Ladies, you made it." He's like, "Good job," right? But see right there, oh, oops, uh-oh. Yeah, they're like, "Wait a minute." They're like, "Hey, Jeff, it's all good, man. You don't have to open it for us. Somebody built a lever in the inside for us to just get out," right? He's like, "Oh man, you ruined it," right? And he's like, "You know what? Let me do the honors." He's like, "What the hell?" So he's like, "You know what? Oop, there you go. I had to unlash it from the outside, ladies." He's like, "You had it all wrong." They're like, "I know." Sorry. So with that being said, I was like, let's look at a real space launch, right? Because I'm looking at this film footage, and these ladies had no gear on, right? They didn't need to breathe oxygen when they skimmed the atmosphere of the They didn't need any oxygen when they skimmed the atmosphere of the earth. Silly humans will never figure out how to get past the Van Allen radiation belt. The Van Allen radiation belt, you never get past that. And then past that is the Charlie Brown radiation. You'll never make it past that one either.